Starting lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee. And now for your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
And good morning, and welcome into the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester on a Where's the Beef Wednesday. You can get involved in the show, 931-967-3500. You can text the show at 931-305-5611. And you can also head on over to the ESPN Winchester Facebook page, pull up the FMO Facebook feed, jump in there, get involved in the chat. Alongside Chubert, the Wookiee One, the beast from, I don't know, where are you from? North High Street?
From North High, yeah.
I am Joe Abraham, and as we do each and every, well, not each and every Wednesday, some Where's the Beef Wednesdays, he comes in. Some Where's the Beef Wednesdays.
Most.
Yeah, I would say like 3 out of 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's about right.
The other ones, you're like off on vacations or you're off on trips to other downtown areas.
Yeah, you got me next week. I'll be gone the following week.
Yeah. So sometimes you're in Vegas. It just depends on.
It's in Mexico last week.
I think at some point in time. So here's the thing.
Actually, were in Mexico Wednesday last week?
Yeah.
No, Monday, Tuesday was Mexico. All right. Yeah. Sunday was C. Monday, Tuesday was Mexico. Wednesday we're at C.
I've already determined for Ricky, because he likes to sit back. He likes to lean back in the chairs.
Yeah, I don't like this.
We're gonna have to put a special mic holder in for Ricky, so he can lean back and it can reach all the way up to him, and he can just chill there.
That's not.
I'll have
not
it
conducive to the way I like to sit.
I'll have it installed for you by next week, my friend.
You should have had this done already, Christian. You know better. I like the setup. I really do.
Well,
it's going to grow on me.
Yeah. It's going to take some time for all of us to get used to, but you probably more than anybody.
Oh, this is it's
got to be a little weird.
Honestly, when we changed it the first time, it took me months to get used to.
Yeah.
You know, we changed it twice in the time we had it.
Yeah.
And both times it was like, okay, this is a little different, but this is a lot different.
Yeah. It's weird because
and that window being open is really messing me up right now, because I've never, 45 years on this planet,
that's crazy.
Never seen out that window.
That's crazy to me, because I didn't think that it had been there that long. I thought maybe it was something that was done, in the 90s or something like that.
In the 70s.
Wow.
Yeah.
When was this particular building built?
This was done in the...
Or this area built, I guess, I don't know.
This was in the 50s, I think, this side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because
this was either late 50s, early 60s, this was built.
It's the station started in the bookstore, right?
Yeah, up in there. That was the original. If you actually go and look in this, underneath her welcome mat.
Yeah.
In the tiles, WCDT.
That's cool.
Up there. The addition next to us.
Yeah.
Where the kitchen area is and all that. That was done in the early 80s.
Okay.
And then it was redone in the early 90s to add that office.
Right.
Because when Jack's polio got so bad he couldn't use his crutches anymore, he had to be in a wheelchair. So Tommy made that, cut the door wider for the wheelchair to come through, and made him an office that he could roll his wheelchair around and work in.
Now, where, if you were to speculate, on a place for there to be money hidden in the walls, where would that place be?
So every place that I thought there might be money hidden
it's already been checked.
Dang
it!
Yeah. And there was no money there.
Yeah.
We did find a safe.
Really?
Yeah. We found a safe, and we got it open, and there was just papers inside of it.
Dang it.
Not the
Yeah.
papers you want.
Well, for people who are wondering what we're talking about, apparently there's a legend that somewhere in the walls, was it Tommy that hid like 10 grand or more, maybe? Somewhere within the walls. Maybe the groundhogs made off with it.
That wouldn't shock me because the safe was underneath the building.
Yeah, that would make sense then.
Yeah.
That's one of my Where's the Beef Wednesdays. All the walls, all the things that we started tearing out. I was hoping maybe we might find some money to help pay for this remodel.
Like a lottery, just like all the money falls right out of the drywall.
So, I guess it was after Dad passed. So over 4 years ago, is when we put the vine up,
Right.
and redid the bottom part with the brick, which y'all took the brick off.
Right.
Now I remember Dave doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, you were here that long ago?
Yeah.
You've been here
for.
I think
Was Dad alive when you started?
I got here right after he passed away.
He's been here for over 4 years.
Wow. Well, I am excited about the flexibility. We've talked about it a little bit over the past couple of days. I'm excited about what it's going to give us the ability to do, and we've got some exciting things that we want to do.
I'm going to tell you something that's annoying me right now.
Okay.
Your clock up there is 19 seconds slower than the clock
Whoa.
in there.
We're 19 seconds off.
We got to fix that.
Yeah.
And that's been bothering me the entire time.
Thankfully, that clock is programmable.
Yeah. Well, I've got like a little remote over here. I can turn it into stopwatch mode. Yeah. So we can like determine the length of segments.
Do you time Crosby running around the studio?
No, I haven't tried that yet. Crosby doesn't really run though, so that's another part of that. Crosby's more of a saunter. Him and Chewy saunter around this place like they own it. No, so I think that'll be helpful. You know, if we ever do a debate in here.
There you go.
July 7th, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, you got
coming up soon.
This month.
Speaking of July, it's July 1st. I just want to throw this out there for everybody. I just want to ask everybody if they're okay, because this like THC kratom ban, this whole thing went into place like overnight. And I'm just checking on everybody, just making sure everybody's okay. It could get ugly around here over the next couple of weeks or so as people start running out of their supplies of whatever they got.
It's still legal to possess it. It's legal to use it.
Yeah. It's not illegal. It's unlegal.
It's illegal to purchase it.
And to sell it.
Yeah, and to sell it. But Virginia just passed a law to make it legal.
Right.
So
Kratom?
Virginia, I think Kentucky's got medical allowed now. Alabama has medical allowed. Everybody around us, I think, does, except for us. So
it's interesting. And I've talked to some people, and they don't really think that it's going to get rolled back, at least not for a little while. It's kind of here to stay. It'll be interesting how that kind of affects. There was a time where we used to joke about anybody that would open up a new business, you know, especially being in this industry. We work with advertising and marketing businesses and things like that. There was a time where everybody, it seemed like, that we talked to was like, oh, yeah, we're like an equipment company. We also sell THC products.
Yeah.
Oh, we're a coffee shop, or we're a restaurant, or we're a this, or we're a that. We also have THC. We're a gas station. We have THC. It was like everybody who had a business all of a sudden had a section where they were going to sell gummies and vapes and all the other things. And it was a running joke.
The state decided they didn't like tax dollars.
I guess.
Wasn't there a proposal like pots for pot? Wasn't it where they were getting
potholes?
Yeah, there it was. Yeah, where they were going to use the tax dollars to fix the roads.
Yep.
That was like, I thought that was genius, but I guess not everyone else did. But
I also I heard that it had something to do with like the beer board getting involved or something like that. I don't know.
That would make a lot of sense.
Anyway, so it is a Where's the Beef Wednesday presented by the folks over at Max Meat Processing. And I've got quite a few beefs on tap for this morning. I wonder if these guys have some beef as well. If you've got beef you can jump into the FMO Facebook feed and get involved in the show with us this morning. Landon Relford the other day was messaging me about a beef. He had a beef on Monday. See if it carried over. He's probably not. Huh?
So with me, he addressed me a few weeks ago.
No, it wasn't with you. It was somebody else. But he has a tendency to sleep in a little bit on these mornings now.
Landon?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Without
Just
the
a
school,
little bit.
yeah, without school, it's been messing up his schedule.
He's on his summer break. Speaking of people on their summer break, it is the second week of Dead Week. It's also obviously the week of 4th of July. It's been very quiet, very sleepy around town.
I'm ready for Dead Period to be over and get her back in the gym.
Yeah.
Maybe she gets tired and sleeps all day, and I don't have fights all afternoon. Working on that one.
Well, you did bring a little guest with you this morning.
Oh, and she said this is a fun part. So for weeks she's been wanting to do this.
Yeah. Really?
Oh yeah, she's wanted to come.
She's a big Chewy fan, huh?
She wanted to come in. She wanted to talk. She actually does like Chewy. They've talked before. But her mom last night was like, I don't know. And I was like, she's not going to talk. Like, I don't know why you're worried about that. She won't talk in front of strangers.
Yeah.
There's 10,000 people tuned in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, she's not going to talk in front of 10,000 people.
You don't want to talk? You don't want to come over and sit next to Ricky? She says she's going to talk. She's going to come sit in with you in the next segment.
We'll see. See how much she actually says.
Well, it is a dead period, and I'm with you. I'm excited for the dead period to be over. I think a lot of people are, and I saw something on Facebook yesterday that really kind of, from a beef standpoint, it rubbed me the wrong way. It hurt my feelings, but the people who posted about it, they weren't lying. And when we come back in the next segment, we'll talk about what it is. But it kind of motivated me. And I think we need to start a campaign here. I'll tell you in the next segment, we'll get into what this campaign is going to be about. But before we do that, did you guys see what the sheriff's department was doing yesterday? Apparently.
With the FBI?
Yeah. Around like 9 o'clock yesterday morning, the deputies from the sheriff's department responded to a report of shots fired inside a home in the Alto community. And a victim reported that James Bell, a gentleman, had fired multiple rounds inside the house and assaulted them. And they went over to the building, and he had barricaded himself inside the building. We'll talk about what happened there more on today's show as well. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Miracle. But the gentleman is being held with a $300,000 bond. Anyway, it is a Where's the Beef Wednesday. Kind of random first segment there. But when we come back, I'll tell you about my beef with the dead period and how I'm excited for it to end. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester.
The starting lineup with Joe and Chewy is presented by Loco in Winchester. Right here in Winchester, Loco is doing things their own way. From locally roasted Loco coffee to a one-of-a-kind shop experience. It's a place that's built for the Franklin County community. So if you haven't stopped by yet, now's the time. Support local. Drink Loco coffee, fueling Franklin County mornings. Roasted right here in Franklin County. And don't forget to tune into the starting lineup weekdays from 7 to 9.
This is Daryl from Columbus, previously from the Paul Finebaum Show.
Check in scissor hands. I'm the wrong guy to ask, but what's the secret to a good haircut?
A good haircut makes you feel confident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when you get that haircut, you're going to walk out that barbershop, you're going to look in the mirror, and you're going to be like, yeah, that's it. And you're going to tip the barber.
The Paul Finebaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC network.
Now, here's your ESPN Radio Winchester weather forecast. Brought to you by our official smile partner, Dr. Garrett Orr and Winchester Family Dentistry.
All right, folks, be careful out there today. Another very, very hot day, mostly sunny with a high of 96 degrees, but our heat index values are even hotter than yesterday at over 108 degrees. Be safe out there. We do have a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the late afternoon as well. Stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069.
At ESPN Radio Winchester, we're proud to welcome Winchester Family Dentistry and Dr. Garrett Orr as our official smile partner. From routine cleanings and family dental care to helping you feel confident about your smile, Winchester Family Dentistry is committed to caring for patients with comfort, professionalism, and a hometown touch. Whether you're due for a checkup or looking for a dental team you can trust, call Dr. Garrett Orr and Winchester Family Dentistry, proud smile partner of ESPN Radio Winchester.
Take the starting lineup with you wherever you go. Download the WCDT smartphone app in your Google Play and Apple App Store. Now, back to the guys.
Back here on a Where's the Beef Wednesday, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. Joe Abraham and Chewy.
We just lost to Chewbacca.
I'm working on it.
Chewy is trying to figure out how to fit all of us on the screen in a cool way. Because of the new setup, we're still working on all the different variations of the shots.
You see a small little window down in the bottom, in the center of the bottom.
The Chewy cam.
The Chewy cam.
Okay. By the way,
all we need is the beard and the beanie.
Doug Garrett says it's so dark looking in the Wookiee box. Poor Chewy, somebody pet him or feed him.
It's dark because Doug he keeps the light off in there. That's why it's dark in there.
That's why I turned it on. I saw Doug's comment and I was like, "Oh, I'll turn it on."
Okay, so
we threw 2 rats in there before the show started.
Yeah, he's fine.
To eat.
He's fine.
He's got plenty to eat. Jeez.
Every now and then you'll see him just like taking one of the bones and picking between his teeth.
So if
what are you doing? Like, this is.
He's trying to figure it out. Leave the poor guy alone. I like your shirt though, by the way, Chew. Wearing your Fincham
Thank you.
sports shirt.
You've got a pretty cool one too.
Yeah, I'm wearing my
from someone else familiar.
This is my Breaking Bad golf red, white, and blue shirt. I wanted to, 4th of July is coming up. I put my red, white, and blue Breaking Bad golf hat up on the desk as well, so people can see that. So we've got a special guest sitting in with us this morning. Ricky, why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest and see if you can't get her to step up to the mic and say a couple of words.
Oh, Abigail Howells is with me this morning.
She said she was confident in the break. Oh, there we go. We got a word.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah.
How are you this morning, Abigail?
I'm good.
Oh, I told you. She's going to talk a big game.
Yeah.
And then when it gets a time for her to actually get up here and say something.
Well, she got mad. She got mad at me in the break because I said I was not a big fan of the dead period. And she is a big fan of the dead period right now because she doesn't have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym.
I'm a big fan of the dead period.
Yeah.
For not having to get up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym.
You told me that, and I was blown away that. But it's because some of the teachers who are also coaches, they're doing like summer school. It doesn't seem fair to you who is not doing summer school, but you still have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym. But how have you been enjoying your summer?
It's been really good. I've been on the lake a lot.
Oh, I'm jealous of that.
Did you just put your head on Joe's body?
That actually, there we go. Yep, that works.
There you go.
I'm just going to say for both of y'all, it's the best I've ever seen you look.
This is the problem with the plate glass window. I can't throw things at him.
It's making me pretty ballsy here lately.
Yeah.
You need those
He's in his own
stick-em darts?
Yeah.
Where you can just stick it to the throw and stick it to the window right for his face?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
So, you've been spending a lot of time on the lake. Abby, I guess talk a little bit about, so you're going into your freshman year, right?
Yeah.
How has it been different?
You got to get this far away.
Yeah.
Hey.
How has it been different to this point for you?
It hasn't been.
It hasn't?
I haven't done high school.
Well, no, I mean like the training and stuff like that, getting ready for the year.
Oh, it's a lot easier than competition cheer, which I've done for 8 years.
And so you're going to be attending Huntland High School next year, right?
Yeah.
Are you excited about that?
Yes.
So competition cheer is a lot harder. That being said, are you like, what is your goal when it comes to cheer? Are you trying to cheer at the college level?
I want to do college level cheer, and I also want to make All-Americans as a freshman.
Nice. That would be very impressive. Well, I'm excited that you're sitting in with us this morning. I'm excited that Ricky brought you in. Now, I have a beef, not per se with...
But let him walk it back now. He said he had a beef with Dead Period.
Yeah, you had a beef.
Okay, so my beef with Dead Period, it's not per se with Dead Period as much as it is I came across a Facebook post from somebody who was talking about how and they have kids that attended a different school and played athletics in a different school. I'm not going to call them out for that whole situation, but they didn't attend. They live in Franklin County. They didn't attend in Franklin County, and they were talking about this other community and how good that community was at supporting its athletic programs and stuff like that, and kind of took some shots at Franklin County schools for our ability here. And so it wasn't per se with Dead Period as much as it was, I am excited to come back from Dead Period because I want to start proving some of these people wrong, whether it be Franklin County, whether it be Huntland. I think that our community has the ability to support our schools, our student athletes, as well as any other community in the state. One of the things...
Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
I can be really biased now since I don't work at the radio station.
There you go.
I want to find a community anywhere in the state that supports their athletes more than Huntland does. You show me that community, I'll buy in.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it. That community gets behind everything that goes on, not just athletics, everything.
Yeah.
FFA, bake sales for the school classes.
There's a bake sale on the 3rd. You should go support.
Boom.
So I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter what it is, that community gets behind and supports that school. So you show me a school anywhere that the community supports better than Huntland, I don't believe there is one.
In reading through some of the comments, one of the things that I read was about how here in Franklin County that they used to like paint the windows and stuff like that for games and for the football season and all that type of stuff. That was something that I don't think I ever experienced or have not experienced. But that's the kind of stuff that I want to bring back as well. Like I want there to be a level of excitement similar to what goes on down in Huntland. I want it to be, I want people to get invested into Franklin County athletics, whether it be at Huntland or Franklin County High School, just within the community, within the county. I want it to be a big deal again.
So it's an easy answer. It's hard to get there.
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah.
You saw what happened with the soccer program. Soccer team went to state. There were people lined up down the streets cheering them on, going to the state competition. There's businesses with, FC signs all in their windows.
Yeah.
The marquee at the Oldham said, congratulations, good luck at state. The city gets behind you. The county will get behind you. Problem is they don't want to get behind teams that can't win.
Yeah.
And let's just face it. When's the last time Frank had a winning season?
Right. Yeah, it's been
not a 500 season, a winning season.
Right. It's been a while.
I can't remember.
I want to say
Mac never had he had 500.
Yeah, it was 500. I want to say it was like early 2000s, something like that.
It had to be. I mean, it's been longer than I've been back home.
Yeah. And I think that, if we get there, the stadium.
She's not been alive since Frank County had a winning season.
Wow. Yeah. I think that if we do, to your point, people will fill up the stands. What I would encourage, though, is for people to dig down deep. Dig down deep, find that Rebel pride, so to speak, whether it be for I guess, find that Franklin County pride. Huntland pride is one that it doesn't really go away. You guys down in Huntland, it lives on.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't ebb and flow with really, because they're just proud. It is like the thing.
That town rolls up the streets, 6:30 on a Friday night. There ain't nothing open.
Yeah.
Everybody's at the ball game.
But so for Franklin County faithful, dig down deep, find that ounce of loyalty that's buried, way down in there, and pull it out and get invested prior to the season, prior to the school year starting, and let's start off on the right foot. When we get our first chance to show out, let's do it. There is a lot of reason to be excited about the programs that they've got going on right now. They've had a lot of success athletically. It's all measured unfairly, really, to the other sports. It's all measured based on football, but just about every other program in the school had a winning season. And because football started the year off on the wrong foot this past year, a lot of people checked out early in the year. Now, that being said, I've been close to the football program, and I'm really excited. I'm excited about what Coach Reed is doing. I'm excited about some of the players that they've got. But my point about dead period is, and I know that the players are enjoying it, and I know that the parents are probably enjoying getting a break from having to take their kids to practice and stuff like that. Personally, I'm to the point, it's like right around the corner, and I'm like itching right now. And it's not just the pre-workout that I took before the show this morning. I am so excited and ready to go for football. And we're only like a month away. I'm right there. I'm ready to go.
First game?
Well, the middle school starts, I think the July 30th or something like that is the first middle school game. And then high school starts August 16th, 15th, somewhere mid-August, a couple weeks later.
I got a question, Joe. Do any of your kids do sports?
Yeah. My son, Jack, plays football. He plays middle school football. My other boys play football as well, but they're still kind of in the pee-wee level. And then my daughter plays tennis. Jack plays tennis too, but it's really more of like a backup
All your kids
sport.
in middle school? Nobody's in high school yet?
Juliana is she's going to be a freshman.
Do you take her to the gym?
I do take her to the gym sometimes. I take Jack to the gym more. Juliana works out at home religiously. She honestly, out of everybody in the household, the thing that impresses me most about Juliana is her she's self-motivated. She doesn't need me to tell her. She's the one that comes to me and says, "Are we going to the gym today or not? Because I'm going to get a workout in."
Hey, Jim Sanders.
That comes down to the athletes over the summer stuff.
Yeah.
Because the program depends on the athletes. It depends on the coaches, obviously, but depends on the drive of the athlete.
It's a great point. I think that's what separates teams that are mediocre or even good from teams and athletes that are great, is the ones who take it upon themselves to go out there and get after it. Those are the ones that really impress me. And I see the posts on social media that some of the parents of those athletes make and stuff. It is really impressive. You got a lot of kids with heart and drive, kids like you that are getting after it.
I've enjoyed seeing. I got a lot of friends posting their kids going to camps these weeks. The dead period, this time of rest. Nope, they're off at ball camps, getting individual workouts in because you can't work with your coach, but you can still work out.
Yeah. This past week we had 4 middle school football players go and compete in the state. There's like a middle school state all-star game that they competed in. Chewy, go ahead. You said Jim Sanders.
Jim Sanders says, fully involved, smoking a barbecue is as invested as they can afford to be. They helped raise over $98,000 for Franklin County school athletics teams. He also says that he challenges other businesses to come and help raise money for the team as well. Vivian Kate says she is enjoying all the variety of topics and people on the station, saying not just straight sports, but interviews with young folks like Abby, varied topics, very interesting speakers. So thank you, Vivian. And then Casey Sells says 22-23, the football team was 7-4, and that was Cunningham's last year.
Oh,
okay.
That was before I got here.
I do remember Justin having a 7-3 season now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, talking about the camps and the stuff they're doing, I think that's the key for these kids is, you can't, even though you got 2 weeks off, if you take 2 weeks and you don't do anything,
right,
you've lost everything you've worked up to that point.
Yep.
That 2 weeks without hitting, running, lifting, doing something, your body goes backwards.
Yeah.
So if you don't, and as hot as it's getting right now, if you're not running outside, you're not going to make it an outside sport.
Yeah.
Football, soccer players, if you're sitting there thinking, I walk, like Abby here, she's going to go run on the treadmill here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
That's good. You're getting your running in. but you're in an air-conditioned room.
Yeah.
You're not in this oppressive heat outside.
Yeah.
Two very different running.
I do my core workouts outside.
Yeah.
I understand, but that's not the same as running in it.
It's brutal out there right now. That's for sure. I was cutting wood just the other day for the studio and almost passed out. It was so hot out there.
That's because all the pre-workouts you take, not enough water.
That's probably true too. All right, let's get a quick break in here. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about this thing that happened yesterday with the sheriff's office responding to a gentleman barricading himself inside of a building. And get into some of these other beefs. It is the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or check out everything they offer online at reliablerentalfc.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
Your floors set the tone for your entire home. Whether you're updating a single room or giving your entire house a fresh new look, trust the team with more than 30 years of flooring experience. Discount Floors and More offers luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, tile, carpet, and professional installation backed by a workmanship warranty. Visit their showroom on the Bypass in Winchester or find them on the web at discountfloorsandmoretn.com. Discount Floors and More, transforming homes one floor at a time.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
The Franklin County School District is celebrating one of its own after secondary supervisor Rachel Shields was named an Arnold Engineering Development Complex honorary commander. Shields was among 9 community leaders inducted during AEDC's 75th anniversary open house at Arnold Air Force Base. During the 2-year program, the honorary commanders will gain firsthand experience with the missions and operations of various test squadrons and branches at Arnold Engineering Development Complex. District officials congratulated Shields on the recognition, calling it a well-deserved honor and thanking her for her continued leadership and dedication to Franklin County schools. Meanwhile, incoming Director of Schools, Dr. Roger Alsop, has released a message to Franklin County families as he prepares to officially begin his new role on July 1st. In the video message, Alsop thanked the community for the opportunity to serve and said he has seen firsthand the dedication of Franklin County's teachers and the potential of all its students through his previous roles as a high school principal and deputy director. Alsop said that while public education continues to evolve, providing students with a high-quality education remains the district's top priority. He encouraged parents and guardians to stay actively involved by partnering with teachers and administrators to help students succeed both inside and outside the classroom. He also emphasized that student and staff safety will remain a top priority. Drawing on his background in military emergency preparedness, Alsop said he plans to continue working closely with local law enforcement and first responders to help ensure school campuses remain safe and secure. Looking ahead, Alsop said he is eager to visit schools throughout the district, listen to families and staff, and work together to ensure every Franklin County student has the tools and opportunities needed to succeed. A full video message from Dr. Alsop is available on the Franklin County School District's Facebook page. For details on these stories and more, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
This is ESPN Radio Winchester, where Franklin County comes to life. From local news and athletics to everything in between, we're proud to bring you the stories that matter right here at home. And it's all made possible by local businesses connecting with real people in our community every single day. When you support them, you support our local coverage. Over 75 years of Franklin County heritage. Want your business to be a part of it? Contact WCDT today. ESPN Radio Winchester. Franklin County plays here.
This segment of the starting lineup is brought to you by the Furniture Merchandise Outlet in Tullahoma. Tune into the starting lineup with the FMO Facebook feed every weekday. Now, back to Joe and Chewy.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. So Casey jumping in there and reminding us that the football team was 7-4 back in 22-23. Doug jumped in behind him and said, FC may not win 6 games this season, but I wholeheartedly believe that if you go watch this team play, you'll see a disciplined see discipline and determination and competitiveness from this group, and nobody will be able to pull the good old boy network play this season. There's not a coach on the staff that is from the area. That's a good point. And Coach Reed, in pretty much his first interview that he had, I think it was Johnny that was doing the interview, he said, "I don't know nobody, and I don't owe nobody." And I have been out at the practices. We got a chance to see them after only 10 practices. Ricky, we saw them take on Tullahoma in the spring game, and through the majority of the first half of that game, they looked to be the better prepared, better coached, better team overall. And if it were not for a couple of self-inflicted wounds and mistakes that they made towards the end of the first half, an interception thrown deep in their own end on a deep ball that was just kind of a 50-50 ball, and some other things that happened. Again, spring game, taking chances, seeing what some of the guys got. Honestly, they outplayed Tullahoma through most of that first half. The biggest concern that I have for them this year is depth. Now, that being said, I know that there are kids that are walking those halls who have not played, who are going to play, who are going out for the team. Austin Heath is a great example of this. Austin, as a basketball player, played football in middle school. He's going into his senior year, and he's going out for the football team here after the dead period ends. And I think that this is a kid who's athletic enough, and there's other kids out there, again, in these halls that are athletic enough to help this program. And so there is excitement around it, and we have the ability as the fans, as the community, to add to that, to kind of enhance that and get these, show these kids that we're behind them. I think that goes a long way.
I think always when you bring a new coach in, there's always excitement. Community gets, a little reinvigorated about the program. He just has to keep the momentum going, and that's something we've struggled with lately. I'd like to see new kids come out. I'd like to see these kids come back and try to play football. I don't know why he didn't. Basketball season was over when spring ball started. I don't know why he didn't come out and play spring ball.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is waiting till dead period's over. He's going to be months behind already. He
right.
already had some of these reps in and gotten better at this point. I think that's a big issue. It's bothering me. The athlete has changed, and that's something like from coaching. One of the reasons why I decided I was done coaching is the athlete's not the same athlete, from 10 years ago. I think COVID killed high school athletics.
Yeah.
It really did, because these kids, they got to where they could just do what they wanted to pretty much. A lot of times you see kids take complete summers off, and then they're still allowed to come back and play. I think coaches need to go back to coaching like we were in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that
parents need to let them.
That's part of it is, and I specifically remember when I was in high school. I went into high school, and I was playing baseball and football. And the coaches said to me, and there was no problem with me playing both, and I was living in Southwest Florida at the time. And they encouraged me to play both if I wanted to. But I specifically remember not playing both because I stepped away from baseball because I wanted to focus on preparing for football all year round. And there was always an opportunity to do that. There was always something that I could be doing to be working towards getting better at football. Now, it didn't help me at all because, my football career didn't last very long. But the point is that there was no off season. And now we've got groups of kids who, for a lot of them, they are playing, like basketball season ends, they have like 3 days off, and then they're playing basketball again in a different league or a different organization. And so there are certain sports that are like that. But then there are a lot of kids who, they get back, they dive back into the video games or whatever else they're doing. But to your point about coaching kids hard, I think that's one of the things that is really missing these days is, and every parent, they'll talk the talk right up until it's their kid that gets yelled at.
Yep.
and they'll say that they want that right up until it happens. And I actually had this conversation with Jack's coach, his middle school coach, a couple of weeks ago, where he came up to me and he was singing Jack's praises, and I'm like, that's all well and good. I'm glad that you really like him. I'm glad that you think that he's got a lot of potential. But I stopped him and I said, but please, he craves it. Now he responds better to positive reinforcement. That's his mental, he'll kind of clam up and hide if he gets yelled at really hard. But regardless of what type of motivation you use on him, coach him hard. Just coach him hard because he craves it. And most of these kids do crave it. They're out there because they want to get better, not because, they're just out there having fun per se. They want to do something with their life. They want to push themselves. They want to see what they're capable of and test themselves. And what's sad is that in a lot of cases, it's the parents that are hindering them because they don't allow the kid to kind of go through those growing pains. It hurts to grow. It's tough. And to push yourself and to grow, you got to go outside your comfort zone. And a lot of parents don't allow for that at times. At least that's what I've seen, and it sounds like that's what you're saying as well.
Yeah, I noticed that towards the end of coaching was after 10 years coaching down there. That was one thing I picked up. I was like, this has really got to the point now where it's, the parents just, and not all parents, because there's some parents down there that were great and they wanted you to be stuck like show like that, but not enough.
Yeah.
Like you got to let the coaches coach their kids, and that's the one thing. I will say that the parents I did have that would let me do that, their kids are still playing sports. Yeah.
That's a good point. And I would say too, it feels like it changed pretty quickly. And I don't know, coaching, if I look back because my father was in coaching for a while and I've been around it my whole life, but it seemed like coaching was the same for like 50 years. There was like an arc to it. And then in the last 15, it's changed where now you gotta kind of operate with kid gloves. All right, shifting gears a little bit. So we mentioned this thing that happened with the sheriff's department. I'm not sure if everybody has seen this story, but it is.
I just got what I read on the sheriff's department page last night.
Yeah. And I talked a little bit to Sammy D about this. And what came across to me was that it was almost a minor miracle that nobody was hurt in this whole thing. Basically, they had to bring in the FBI from like Nashville to come down, and they established communication with this guy. He had barricaded himself in former military training and other things like that. But he comes down, the FBI comes down, they breach the door, the suspect surrenders, nobody's hurt. We've been talking about this sheriff's race at times. We've talked about the leadership and the management, and we've debated policies and other things like that. But yesterday was just a reminder of how important that office, that the entire sheriff's department is. We're all arguing online about who should be the next leader of the thing. And you've got deputies out there that are still having to answer the call, still having to go to and handle these types of situations. So regardless of who you're voting for, it's not a situation where they get to even really worry about it. They've got a job to do. It really put things into perspective for a moment. All that went on hold yesterday. Thankfully, like I said, the situation, nobody ended up getting hurt. But I don't care if you're supporting Tim Fuller or Charles Keller or Troy Parsons Jr. Yesterday, they did their job and they did it very well, in my opinion, for the outcome to go the way that it did. I hope that James Bell gets whatever, help or punishment or whatever he needs, whatever the court determines is appropriate. But, Ricky, people see those flashing lights, and it's easy to kind of lose that perspective that when those vehicles fly by and they're headed to a call, those guys are putting their lives on the line and putting themselves in situations like that, I forget about it. The other day we were doing something at church. We were, in fact, ironically, one of our youth pastor is becoming the pastor at another church, and he used to be in law enforcement. And as we were doing a sending service for him to go lead this other church, police cars kept flying by. And, I was, at the time, I was like, oh, man, right in the middle of his, this service, we're just getting bombarded with all these loud sirens and other things like that. And I had to stop myself and be like, man, these guys are going to a call right now. I'm all worried. We're here safe and cozy in the church, and these guys are flying up the street to put their lives at risk possibly. But it is just a simple reminder. I think every time that those lights fly by, say a prayer for these guys. They're putting their lives on the line. It was a scary moment. You see all the stuff that was laid out on the table and in chairs and the guns and all the things that this guy had access to. Again, like I said, minor miracle that nobody got hurt.
I mean, the thing that bugged me, the guns, like they're all legally purchased. Like that doesn't bother me with that part of it. It's the military training part that came in there. You throw a rock in Franklin County, you're going to hit 2 or 3 people that got military training.
Right.
Like, I don't understand how that came into play or why that was something that was brought up.
Like a part of the conversation. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's not like he was using tactics against them. That was the one thing I didn't understand.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where that, I guess, comes into the conversation. It's like anybody who's trained with the use of firearms is all of a sudden scary or dangerous or extra dangerous or something like that. I don't know what that is. But as we come up on July 4th, it is something to put into perspective. Why is that a part of the conversation? It's a good question.
I mean, military training, was it basic training? Was it BUDS? Like what kind of training are we talking about? There's 2 very different aspects there.
Right.
Was he an 88 Mike? Was he a truck driver? That's military training still.
Yeah.
They just, that right there kind of threw me off. Like that was
right. Well, is it, and two, there's a difference between military training and military service. I mean, I don't know if anybody is insinuating that because he has military training, he's got a
usually when military training is put in, that's the thing. That's where everybody goes to.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some PTSD.
Right.
And that's the thing that kind of makes me a little weary about it.
Maybe it was just put out there because of the extra little layer of danger to the situation, just because those guys are trained to be weapons. But it either way, we're glad everybody is okay. We're glad that those guys stayed safe. The music just played, so we'll get a quick break in here, and when we come back, we will wrap up hour number 1. It is a Where's the Beef Wednesday, and if you think that we're done with the beef, just hold on, because I've only just gotten into it. I really, honestly, I haven't even really gotten into it. I haven't even gotten my good stuff. We'll do that next. It is ESPN Radio, 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester.
If your life depended on the mission succeeding, what would you care about? Would you care about the demographics of the crew? The moon does not care about your politics, doesn't care about your hashtags. It does not care about where you lie on social media arguments. It doesn't care whether you're male or female or black or white or rich or poor or conservative or liberal or religious or atheist or anything else, because reality does not negotiate. It just is. You can disagree with the facts, but they don't care about your feelings. It is a starting lineup. Thank you for tuning in. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
Funeral home, whether a 5th-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you, dedicated to providing personalized, professional, compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. More Courtney Funeral Home, 300 First Avenue Northwest in Winchester, 967-2222. More Courtney Funeral Home.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or check out everything they offer online at reliablerentalfc.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
If your life depended on the mission succeeding, what would you care about?
The future of healthcare starts here. The Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Winchester and Swanee, are joining the High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas, a health network serving communities across the state. We're working together to expand access, improve clinical quality, and keep you close to home throughout your care journey. Your favorite providers aren't going anywhere. It's the same care you know and trust, now with a new name, High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
Looking to make a difference in Franklin County? The Franklin County Prevention Coalition works every day to build a safer, healthier community, free from substance misuse. Through education, outreach, and strong local partnerships, they empower parents, schools, and leaders to prevent addiction and support positive choices. From youth programs to community events, the coalition is here for you. Learn more or get involved today at fcpctn.org. Together, we prevent.
This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Tune into the starting lineup on the FMO Facebook feed. Just go to Facebook.com/ESPN Winchester. Now, back to Joe and Chewy.
All right, back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio, 1340, 1069 WCDT, Winchester. Joe Abraham and Chewy, along with Ricky, all being quietly judged by Abby, who sits in with us this morning. You gotta stop throwing that look at me. She's giving me kind of like the, like the teenage. It's
daggers.
It's not a glare. It's more of like a. There's so much wrong with this guy. Like, she's giving me the unk look. Like this.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I am not.
She says she's not, but I feel it.
She does all the time. Like, hey, don't roll your eyes at me. I'm not rolling my eyes.
She's not. It just feels like they constantly are.
My eyes are not rolling.
I've got a 14-year-old daughter. I know what that look means.
Oh
man. What's going on?
It's funny. 12 years ago today on WCDT's Facebook page was Dad doing a front flip in the front yard.
Wow.
What?
Oh yeah, front rollover.
A forward roll.
Yeah, whatever.
Like a somersault?
No,
A
like
forward
just
roll.
a roll.
What is a forward roll?
Where you roll forward.
Abby.
Is that not a somersault? What's a somersault? Isn't that where you just roll? Yeah, it's like a somersault.
Somersaults are just forward rolls.
Oh, okay.
They're
the
called,
same thing.
They're just called differently to make people feel better.
Okay, so
like doing something really like a baby step makes them sound cooler.
Okay, so so he did a forward roll.
Oh, I remember that. So it was so there was a new tumbling gym opening up in town.
Yeah.
And we were talking. I'm trying to remember if it was Jixie was working it. Her cousin was opening it. They named it as Totally Tumbling 2. It was after her mom. Her mom had Totally Tumbling. Jixie's mom did for a long time. And so they came up here and they were discussing doing this. And I was like, why don't you, let's see how good you are. Make Dad do one in the front yard. And he looked at me like, I hate you so much. And she had a mat in her car. So she pulled it out and we videoed him in the front yard doing the
Chewy's throwing up his hand.
What is a tumbling gym?
What?
What is a tumbling gym?
It's
like
where you go to learn how to tumble and do flips like what I do.
Abby goes on Wednesday nights.
So it's like a gymnastics gym.
Yeah.
Okay, I was so confused. I was like,
they have more than just gymnastics. Like some tumbling gyms, like my tumbling gym is just for tumbling. But like TGC, they have tumbling, competitive cheer, and gymnastics classes.
Oh, okay.
So I think
It's not just for you to learn how to fall downstairs.
That's what I thought it was. I was like, man, if I can catch
Not
my start
tumbling,
learning.
like
That's what he
flipping.
was thinking.
Yeah.
Like
It's
his
a falling
brain was
gym.
him falling from the 3rd floor to the 1st.
Yeah.
Without having to use his legs.
So,
He was trying
That's
to
how
find
falling works.
He was trying to find a lazier way to get from his bed to his car.
maybe in
I mean,
honor,
Rick's like spot on this morning. I
Like,
mean, bullseye.
maybe in honor of that, we should take Chewy out after the show and make him do one in the front yard.
I bet you I could do a somersault.
I can teach you how to do a
It's not.
backflip.
It's a front roll.
All right, I'm sorry, I could do a front roll. I don't think I
Forward
can
roll.
Forward roll.
All right. Well, I can roll.
We don't
Listen.
have to do the front. We can run the hallway. It's plenty of room.
No.
We can turn the camera real quick.
He doesn't get a pad. No pad for you.
Let's in the break. We'll see if we can figure out a camera
You're
situation.
barely 30. You're okay. That guy was 60.
Let
when
him
we
do
did
it on the
this.
grass. At least the grass isn't going to hurt.
Pick
I
up
think
all
I-
the chiggers.
I'm gonna jump into a
He was
pool.
53 when he did this.
Okay, so yeah, I'm good. I'd say I have at least the physique.
Can
of
you
a
touch your
53-year-old
toes?
Man. Yeah, I can touch my toes. I'm actually pretty flexible.
Okay, then I think you could.
He was 60 when we did this.
Okay.
Let me do the math real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chewy's weirdly flexible, is what I'm told. I don't know.
It's because it's all bones and gelatinous.
Yeah.
Jello.
Jello.
Chewy's made up of bones and jello.
My
The
blood
mouse
is
ones you
just
do
like if you cut me open, like my blood is just pure cane sugar. You know?
So
Did you say cane sugar?
Yeah, yeah. It's just corn syrup.
So I did want to do this. Hold on, before we hit the top of the hour.
So Chewy, are you telling me your blood type is Hershey?
Very much so. Yes.
I don't know if you can see this on the camera
my
on the
God.
FMO Facebook feed.
Oh yeah, you can. Cool.
Was it Steve Kirby that dropped this by yesterday, Chewy?
I think so.
The United Way of Franklin County has their Stuff the Bus campaign coming up with they're trying to collect school supplies for this upcoming year. And they've dropped off a list. We're going to post the list to the social media page, but basically, I don't think they have a whole lot of faith in us because he only gave us one little small bin. So let's fill this thing up, and maybe we'll come back and they can pick it up and we'll fill it up
We
again.
had the whole front room full one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he doesn't have a whole lot of faith in us. So here's what I want to challenge our listeners this morning. I've got this list. If you can and have the ability to go and pick up some school supplies and drop them here at the studio, that would be tremendous. Let's help out the United Way with their Stuff the Bus campaign for this year.
Pretty much everything that's on that list right there is right as you walk in the door at Walmart.
Yeah.
Once they put the school supplies out.
Yeah.
And that, they have that one little aisle that's got a little bit of everything in it. Right as you walk through the front door, everything on the list will be in that section right there.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same, like the usual suspects: the 3-ring binders, the index cards, backpacks, colored pencils, all that stuff. So, like I said, we'll post a list, but help us help them. The United Way with their Stuff the Bus campaign. It says July 18th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Walmart in Winchester is where they're actually going to be, where and when they're actually going to be doing it. Were you going to say something, Chewy? I saw you opening your big gullet.
We had a couple of people. Abby, I wanted you to know that Doug Garrett said that Everly goes to TT2, which is his daughter. And Alice Davis was asking, what's the address so I can Amazon some?
Hey!
So if you want to give out the address.
1201 South College Street.
Yeah, that.
Amazon said of what?
And then Chris and Lambo jumped back in saying, when you guys were talking about coaches, he says, my coaches were and still are important people in my life. I definitely needed some tough coaching.
Yeah.
Coaches in athletics, in my opinion, for myself, had a bigger positive impact than me on my teachers and or academics.
I just want to throw out there how much of a saint somebody would have to be to coach Lambo.
I was sitting there thinking, you have to be like a boxer.
Yeah, you got to slap that guy around.
You got to be able, he needs to take a shot or two to the face.
He
definitely has to. That's a coach that beat his athlete. And it was acceptable.
He also says, by the way, Beef will be back at the road today. Best Smash Burgers in FC.
Hey.
Go Hoagies and more.
I do want to make a comment about Jim Sanders earlier was talking about the stuff that Jim has donated so much to athletics in Franklin County. Not the football program, I know he does for the softball team, for Super Bowl every year. He does that big cookout. He makes nothing off that.
Yeah.
It is all the profits from that go to the softball program. And he spends hours cooking all that stuff. I mean, it takes forever to smoke those wings and the butts and all that. And, Jim does, he's a guy, he's one of those that anytime I've been in a pinch and needed something, I've called Jim and he's been Johnny on the spot to help me with it and get it. If he can't do it, he's put me in the direction of somebody that can. So that's a person right there that I've always thought done a lot for this community.
Yeah, he certainly has. And in fact, every time that I hear about some kind of something being smoked or something being cooked or some sort of barbecue for the, raising money for the school, I feel like it's Jim getting involved over there. So good job by him.
You just got my OCD is going nuts today in this place.
What?
Your football helmets.
Oh yeah. Well, they're sitting on the floor right now.
No. You got them separated by NFC and AFC.
Yeah.
On the sides, but you don't have the divisions.
Yeah, they're top to bottom.
Oh,
they're top to bottom.
Okay, there we go. Now I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was sitting there. I was like, why is it not that?
I appreciate the fact that you noticed that though. But I used to have them in ABC order, like the from city name. But then I was like, no, they need to be in division. All right, so let's get a break in here. It's the top of the hour. We blew right through the top of the hour break. But we'll be back on the other side with hour number 2. It is a Where's the Beef Wednesday presented by the folks over at Max Meat Processing. This is ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester.
For over 75 years, one thing has never changed in Winchester, Tennessee. Hall Furniture has been there through it all. 3 generations, decades of trust, and the commitment to quality, value, and service that still comes first today. As we celebrate over 75 years in business, we want to say thank you to our loyal customers, our community, and to everyone who has made Hall Furniture a Winchester tradition. Hall Furniture, here's to another 75 years of helping you make a house feel like home.
I'm Kristen Abraham, curator of Abraham Art Gallery right on the square in downtown Winchester. Looking for something unique? Every month brings a new featured artist, original art to inspire and share with the community. Come in, explore, and discover art that's ready to go home with you today. Whether you're redecorating, collecting, or just need something that sparks joy, this is your place. We're open Tuesday through Saturday. Find us on Instagram and Facebook. Visit abrahamgallery.com or stop by at 106 North High Street. You never know what you'll fall in love with.
Looking for more than just prescriptions? Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester has it all. Grab a bite from our menu, browse our boutique for one-of-a-kind finds, and sip on a Bloody Marty that's worth talking about, all in one stop. Located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, Bennett's Pharmacy is your unexpected destination for great food, fun shopping, and so much more. Call us at 931-967-2777 or come see what everyone's raving about.
At Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester, we're more than a pharmacy. We're your partner in health. Conveniently located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, we're here to serve you with fast, friendly, and personalized service. Need prescriptions filled? Looking for over-the-counter products? We've got you covered. Plus, enjoy local delivery and expert advice from our caring team. Call us today at 931-967-2777 or stop by Bennett's Pharmacy at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard today.
Hey Rebel Nation, Dr. Orr and the caring team at Winchester Family Dentistry are proud to back every Franklin County athlete this season. From first grade flossers to varsity veterans, we believe healthy smiles build confident champions. Whether you need a routine cleaning, a last minute sports card, or a full smile makeover, we've got you covered right here in Winchester. Call 931-967-4143 or visit WinchesterFamilyDentistryTN.com to schedule. Winchester Family Dentistry, keeping Franklin County smiling one game at a time.
Hour number 2 of the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. Joe, Abraham, and Chewy, along with Ricky and Abby this morning. She is she's enjoying her dead week, or two dead weeks. And so she's sitting in with us this morning. And Abby, do you know what CERN is? Have you heard of CERN?
What?
Yeah, she doesn't know what CERN is, Chewy. We got to educate her.
Oh,
That's all right.
Okay, so Chewy, for people who don't know what CERN is.
That would be Chewy's, like, if he could vacation somewhere, I think that'd be a spot he'd go.
I would kill to go to CERN.
Okay.
You would, wouldn't you? You'd
Yes.
go just. Do they do tours of the Super Collider?
I'm sure they do. I would be shocked if they didn't.
All right, before you geek out, I'm going to give you a... Hold on, I got a stopwatch here. Where's my remote? All right, I'm giving you 30 seconds to define to people what CERN is so that you don't totally geek out.
Are you Googling it?
No,
Come on, man. I have more
looking
faith in you.
No, I was looking up if they have tours.
I was about to say, I'm so disappointed.
Guided tours right here.
They do?
Guided tours.
No way.
All right.
All right, so...
You know what Christian's
I'm
saving up
expecting
for?
this to be really cool, by the way.
It is super cool, but you probably won't think so.
30 seconds starting now.
It's one of the largest and most expensive science experiments in history. It's continuing to have different, particle acceleration techniques being understood. It was like $18 billion, over 18 miles of construction underground to make a giant donut, and it collides particles to see what happens, basically. And people leave it as a conspiracy theory.
Oh, so it's the thing
Boom,
from
25 seconds.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
But like in real life, and probably doesn't lead us to other dimensions of more Spider-Man.
Well, that part of it.
It implies the
TBD.
Yeah. It opens up the avenues for the conversation of parallel universes and how particles interact and the speed of light.
So it's the ultimate nerd machine.
Basically, if Dr. Doom had a budget, he would make one of these.
Who's Dr. Doom?
He's a bad guy from Marvel.
Oh.
You'll see him in the next movie.
So,
Actually, I think I've heard of Dr. Doom.
Okay, but here's the question. So now, here's the other thing is...
So you're bringing this up because CERN's not been running for the last couple days?
Well, yeah, so the whole Mandela effect, I've gotten really into, like, the time, like, is the simulation changing? Has the timeline changed? Like, what's going on here, okay? Now, here's the thing. They're shutting it down, okay?
Yeah.
Now, first and foremost, I want to start... Huh?
What did they find?
Well, I'm getting there.
Here we go.
First and foremost, I want to start with the fact that nobody asked anybody in this room and anybody that I know if we were all okay with this science experiment. Like, hey, maybe in the conversation at some point in time, they were like, what's the worst that could happen? Total and complete universal annihilation being entered into that conversation. How did they get away with and who gets the approval of that board? Like, they just got to turn this thing on and develop this thing, basically, without asking any of the rest of us if we cared.
I mean, they did it in Switzerland, so.
Do you have $18 billion to have a say?
That's a good point.
They're probably using some of my tax dollars. I don't know where this money came from.
It's in Switzerland.
Well, listen. Fauci was doing research, gain of function research in Wuhan, China.
What does that have to do with?
Well, I'm saying, where did he get the money from? He American guy. Just because it's happening in Wuhan didn't mean that it didn't come from.
What countries?
This is not about CERN anymore.
Okay, so it's like, Christian, let me have a conversation with the grown up in the room.
Abby? No.
So, CERN was built when?
It was finished. I think they started in the mid 90s, and I think it was finished around 2008 to 2012, and then they spent a few years getting it started.
Yeah, right.
So
as everything
who
went
funded
to hell.
CERN?
Oh my god!
It was an independent venture of multiple EU countries and scientists and venture capitalists, basically.
But the EU put it together, correct? I thought
a lot of the funding, basically, like a lot of the grants for like the digging, that all came from the European Union.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. It was basically a giant infrastructure experiment, just as much as it is a particle experiment. To see the fact that they even were able to dig out the tunnel to build it, like people don't realize. Like, look up a satellite photo. Like, there's people who have shown how big CERN is. 18 miles of tunnels in one giant circle under Switzerland.
I wonder if, as CERN is operating, as it's on, if the guys come to cut the grass, like right in the only time of day that it's being used.
The lawn mowing guy just goes into the back rooms all of a sudden. He just falls through the floor.
I say that because if you can hear the noise in the background,
is that what that is?
Yeah.
Is that Tommy?
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's Tommy. It might be Danny, but my brother showed up to cut the grass here at the station. Right, like the one time a day. You got
Look,
1 hour a day to not basically.
Yeah, but it's also the one time of day where it's not 1 billion degrees outside.
That's a good point. Good point.
Yeah.
It is still quite warm outside.
Okay, so back to CERN.
Oh my god.
Okay, so nobody asked if we were okay with this project.
Okay,
that's my first problem with the thing. To Abby's point, why is it getting shut off? What did they find? What did they do? Why are we having earthquakes?
Because
the tectonic plates move.
So
that's why we have earthquakes.
That's right, Abby. So, but the
not plutonic, tectonic.
I said tectonic.
The biggest problem with CERN is basically it takes so much energy and is so technically specific that when they shut it off, it'll take 2 or 3 years for the technicians to get that thing started again. So they are in, I would consider, a dead period right now, like we are. But they've turned it off for maintenance and whatever that is. But it takes it. It probably won't be turned back on until the 2030s. If they turn it on back in.
How long is it going to take for it to actually shut down? I saw where it's going to take like weeks, but then I saw somewhere where it said it would actually take like years for it to be shut down. Is it
I would say months at least.
It's not just like a flip on a switch. It's like you shut this part down, then you got to shut this part down, and then this has got to cool down, and then this has got to change.
I mean, they're splitting atoms inside this thing.
So
I want to know who thought of it. Who was like, you know what? Spider-Man just came out. Let's find these other dimensions.
I'm thinking
way before that.
Okay, just crush my dreams.
If stuff starts going weird, I'm thinking we know who to blame. If we come in one day to do the show, and Chewie's like buff and skinny and ripped, and he's got no hair, and he's hosting the show,
and that's not Chewie,
and I'm the one behind the glass running the board for him. We know that they screwed up the whole timeline because maybe you were supposed to be the dude.
So
maybe
Chewie's bald, and buff.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got tall?
No. Maybe my arms got super long though.
That was beautiful.
You're welcome, Chewie.
That was
Take
beautiful.
up for you there for a little bit.
I appreciate that. That was a good one. CERN is really cool though. We could talk about CERN all day if you want. What's way more
certainly?
Yeah,
I'd like mainly because I'd like to go to Switzerland.
Switzerland would be fun.
So I'd make a trip to CERN, but if I went, I'd have to go see. Now they're doing guided tours. I know I'd do that.
Japan is doing another mega project that's just a giant experiment too, where they're trying to catch neutrinos. They're trying to catch neutrinos. There are these particles that just fly through the air, and you can't notice them, and they're hard to detect. So they dug like this 2-mile deep pool of still water and put gold mirrors all the way up and down it to catch these random particles to go through there, and that's it. It's really, really cool.
Japan's not had a good experience with splitting atoms.
No. This is a totally different experiment. They stayed away from the atom splitting.
Maybe the Browns in the alternate universe have won.
They still suck.
They're still horrible.
They're still the doo-doo Browns.
Oh man! All right, we'll be back on the other side. Still the doo-doo Browns. It is a Where's the Beef Wednesday. When we come back, I'm going to tell you about something that's happening with AI that's really, really scary. We'll do that next. ESPN Radio. Hey, it's a Where's the Beef Wednesday. You wanted to come in and be a part of this thing. ESPN Radio Winchester.
Before the fireworks light up the sky, there's a part of the 4th of July we all know well. Getting the food ready, setting out the chairs, chasing the kids, and trying to beat that Tennessee heat. As America celebrates 250 years, Danley Heating and Air hopes your holiday is filled with laughter, family,
and a few moments to sit back and enjoy it all. From Danley Heating and Air, have a safe, cool, and happy 4th of July.
This Larry Shelby, previously on the Paul Feinbaum Show.
You know what, Chris? Let me tell you something. Why don't you go catch your breath before commenting on somebody else's? And Hacksaw Tuscaloosa Jim Duggan. Just shut up, because I could strike you out blindfolded, pitching underhand with both arms tied behind my back.
Okay, why don't we take a break? I'm pretty exhausted.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC Network.
From the 931 Go Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Radio Winchester weather update, presented by Bennett's Pharmacy.
All right, folks, be careful out there today. Another very, very hot day, mostly sunny with a high of 96 degrees, but our heat index values are even hotter than yesterday at over 108 degrees. Be safe out there. We do have a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the late afternoon as well. Stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069.
At Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester, we're more than a pharmacy. We're your partner in health. Conveniently located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, we're here to serve you with fast, friendly, and personalized service. Need prescriptions filled? Looking for over-the-counter products? We've got you covered. Plus, enjoy local delivery and expert advice from our caring team. Call us today at 931-967-2777 or stop by Bennett's Pharmacy at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard today.
We had a plan, and then the microphones came on. You're listening to the starting lineup on ESPN Radio 1340 1069, WCDT Winchester.
Debating in the break there whether or not, if CERN blew up Switzerland, what we would miss the most.
Swiss Miss.
What's that?
The Swiss Miss.
Swiss Miss. Turn his mic on there, Chewy.
It is on. Can you say something?
Is it on?
There it goes.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, I can hear
All right,
that.
thank you.
All right, so Ricky says Swiss Miss. Chewy, what would you miss the most?
About Switzerland?
Yeah.
I guess the pretty pictures, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You'd still get pretty pictures if it blew up.
Yeah, so not much.
What, a sinkhole?
I mean, that'd be pretty.
The Alps. All right, what's going on in the chat? Anything going on in the chat?
Doug Garrett said that Jim is a treasure of the community. And then Hoagie Roller OG, Jay Cool, jumped back in the chat this morning. He says the question is how much dark matter is too much, which is a very excellent question. Any dark matter, I think, is way too much.
I mean, is it really dark matter if I can still see the sun?
Yes.
Listen, you want to find some dark matter, just cut me open, okay?
Oh, my God. All right.
All right, so...
Moving on. Here we go.
No, I came across a video. I was doing the doom scroll thing last night, and this one is actually terrifying and also kind of genius. Most things that are terrifying do have a little bit of genius to them, but it was fascinating, guys. Workers in India who are doing manual labor with their hands. I don't know if they were building shoes or doing they were in a textile plant, okay? They were wearing headsets with AI cameras on them. And why, might you ask, were they wearing these cameras? Well, they were training the AI how to do their job.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so they all had these little headbands on them with these cameras, and as they're working, it's watching what they're doing and learning how to do their job.
I just don't understand how you can build a robot, pay for a robot that's going to be cheaper than Indonesian wages.
It's a good point. It's a good point. It's a really good point.
Like those robots to actually manufacture and do that stuff, they can't be cheap.
Yeah.
And labor's like $236 a day there.
Well, and didn't we already have this? Like, didn't we go through this with the steam engine and what was the guy that was
John Henry?
John Henry. We already went down this road. There's a story about how John Henry beat the steam engine.
And we still have steam engines.
Well,
did John Henry die after that?
Yes, he did. His heart exploded.
Yes, I mean, the moral of the story is don't try to beat technology because your heart will implode.
Well, here's the thing: a lot of those.
Something that's broken.
Yeah,
Don't fix something that's broken.
Don't fix something that's not broken.
Sorry, Chewy. I'm still gonna try and fix you. You're still broken.
Oh, it's all right.
Why are you so mean?
It's okay, Abby. But it's
The
cool.
look on your face.
He's not used to somebody defending him.
Yeah, I'm not. It's a surprise.
Mike is messing with you.
Well, okay. Speaking of the AI thing, okay, have you seen all of these? Basically, all those big companies that hired their software engineers and replaced them with AI, they're having to hire back the engineers because the AI was too expensive to do. So to your point, I think you're right. Like, I don't think it's going to go the way people think it's going to.
Yeah.
At least not anytime soon. I haven't seen a dexterous robot with like fingers that can manipulate stuff.
Yeah, not yet. But I don't know. What is weird to me is the people who make the argument that say, "Oh, well, AI is going to create more jobs."
No,
I don't see how that's a thing.
I don't either. And I mean, it might create new jobs, as in now you have to use it. But I don't think that's a new job. That's like an excessive job.
The other thing about wearing the headband, and I would totally refuse to do that, but it's like monitoring everything that you're doing. And what if you're just not working fast enough? And it's like,
See, I could see it for that purpose.
Sends you like an electric shock to your like nipples or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's really dystopian.
So at this point, I want to purchase one because I'm wondering. We can test it on Chewy.
Yeah.
You want to know what I do all day long?
Yep.
Okay.
It's
I think you're supposed to shock your nipples.
It's definitely NSFW.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Like I think we should do this. We need to make a video, each one of us, the day in the life of.
Day in the life of.
And we show like how we wake up. We go to work and then what we do afterwards. I think we need to do this. We talked about this one time where we were thinking about doing
Might
this.
Be so boring.
Would it really?
Yeah.
Wake up at 4:30 a.m.
I think I got up at 6:15 this morning.
Okay, that's not bad.
But mine would be so boring. Because when I get off work, I'm done for the day. Like I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to do anything. Like I want to binge watch a TV series.
Yeah.
Yes, you rushed me on ours.
We'd watch Ricky's, and we'd end up watching like a whole season of like Ted Lasso or something.
We'd be like, Ricky, put it back on.
Speaking of, Amy and I started Ted Lasso last night.
The new season,
No,
or the beginning of the
from
original?
the beginning because she's never watched it.
Okay, how far did you guys get in?
We got through the first episode last night.
Okay.
Oh,
because we didn't start until like 10:30. But we're gonna watch Ted Lasso all 3 seasons in the next. Because we have 5 weeks till season 4.
You got to knock it out.
You got 5 weeks, Christian, till
Yeah.
season 4 comes out.
All right. I could probably bang it out in a weekend.
So I
It's
finally,
only 30 episodes.
Yeah. That's not bad.
I finally watched the last one. I watched all the way up to the last episode of, what is it, 3rd season?
Yeah.
And I finally watched the last episode. Katie is like halfway through the first season, and she's sporadically seen episodes here and there of the other seasons that I've been watching, but she's got to get caught up. I'm very excited about it now. Very excited. All right. So in a few moments, Mayor Chris Guess is going to join us this morning on the starting lineup. The other thing that I did want to talk about as well that kind of frustrated me, and this is the last beef that I have for the day. But it popped up. Bye, Abby.
Bye, Abby. It was fun having you on.
Watch the last segment. The other thing that popped up before we hit the break here is that I was scrolling through the social media and I saw like images and videos, Ricky, of Elliot Page boxing, shirtless boxing pictures of him boxing, and it just like, I don't need to see that on my feed.
Like I'm disappointed that that's who they cast as Achilles.
Right. And it's great. Like I'm all for
What are your thoughts, sir, Christian? You're shaking your head.
I'm so disappointed with the Odyssey's casting choices in so many places.
I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah, but
I'm frustrated too. I'm all for the person living their life, his life. I guess it's his life now. I'm all for him living his life and doing what he wants. I don't need to see it on my newsfeed. And then I came across this other thing. This is all within like a 30-second span. Came across this other thing where apparently Minneapolis is reopening these. I don't want to use the words necessarily to describe this, but these interesting facilities. Abby's in the room. I can't talk about really what it is.
Okay.
It makes me uncomfortable.
She's 14.
Okay.
But you're also how many people are listening to you and watching this?
Well, should I say it or should I not?
I'm saying they're in the room also.
Yeah, I know. But
what'd be the difference if we're riding down the road?
All right. So they're reopening these. They're called sex houses, apparently. Now, I'd never heard of them because they were closed before my time due to AIDS.
Brothels?
But Minneapolis is reopening these things, and it made me very uncomfortable. Again, I swipe up a little bit more. I don't know what's going on with my news feed. Swipe up a little bit more.
What's his algorithm?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
What's the stuff he's watching?
Here's the weird thing. The next thing I swipe up to is Idaho. Idaho is approving where they're going to just start shooting child sex offenders.
Oh, I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So my whole point in this,
I'm all for that, honestly.
Well, my whole point in bringing this conversation, it's not one of the specific topics. It is how vastly different. Like there is this chasm between what one side believes is acceptable in America or in the world right now, and where the other side is at. I don't know. It was weird for me to see the things pop up one after the other. It was jarring for me.
Yeah.
But we talked to the county mayor about passing a Tennessee or Franklin County where we do it.
I think he would be for it. I mean, we probably have to vote on it.
Yeah.
But it'd probably pass.
I think your algorithm is probably fishing for what got your attention,
right?
Which is why it was like so wildly different.
It was vastly different.
But
mine picks up on things I say, and then that's what pops up in my algorithm.
It's starting to spook
So I'm
me.
just saying.
Does it do that?
Yes.
It listens to you?
It will listen to you.
I thought that was a joke.
No.
Joe, the conversations Joe was having before he started scrolling.
Yeah.
I'm really curious.
You're letting everybody else know about what you're doing whenever you talk about your algorithm.
Okay.
No, but in all seriousness, I think the algorithm is turned into a cesspool where it's like it's just there to shock you. You know what I mean? Like the other day, and not to be crass, but like I told you about this where I got on Instagram. 3 minutes in, there was a freaking like cartel beheading.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, this is on Instagram.
Right.
What if some kid got their parents' phone and was scrolling through? You know what I mean?
It's disturbing, but the other thing about it is, and we've had this conversation before too. What is the percentage of like bots on the internet? Isn't it like 80% of what's going on is not actual people?
Yeah. So there was a theory a long time ago. It was this thing where they called dead internet theory.
Yeah.
And it's actually real now, where there's more bot traffic than human traffic on the internet now.
More bot traffic than human traffic.
Skynet's real.
That is, again.
Skynet's real.
Seriously.
Can we go
here.
back to the days where like they would mail you the CDs and you just sign up and
never paid them?
You buy one CD and you get 20 for free.
Yeah.
Like I miss the 90s. All right. Mayor is walking back. He's pacing back and forth. He's second guessing his decision to come on the show this morning. But I had to get that out there before we wrapped up the Where's the Beef.
He was confused when he walked in.
Yeah. Well, his spot was being held by also the new layout.
Yeah.
But his spot was being held by a young 14-year-old with attitude. She'd be a good Power Ranger.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Abby would be a
Everyone
kick-ass
picks up
Power
on that,
Ranger.
Abby.
Yeah.
Everyone.
It's not a bad attitude. It's a good attitude.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get a break in here. When we come back, we will have the mayor in studio with us. The new layout. We'll get his thoughts on the new layout as well. It is the starting lineup with Ricky Tips and Chewy. I am Joe Abraham. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
In an overdose emergency, every second counts, and your actions can save a life. Through the Tennessee Save a Life program, the Franklin County Prevention Coalition provides free training and naloxone to help community members recognize and respond to an opioid overdose. This training gives you the skills to support someone in crisis. When we're prepared to help one another, we're stronger together, and we're stronger without the stigma that keeps people from seeking life-saving care. Visit fcpctn.org/Tennessee Save a Life to learn more. This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Looking for a reliable car at an affordable price? Stop by Money Down Motors here in Deckard. We specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles with low down payments and flexible financing options. No matter your credit history, drive away today with a car you'll love and a payment plan that works for you. Visit us at 1945 Deckard Boulevard or call 931-962-3404 for more info. At Money Down Motors, LLC. Your ride is waiting.
This is ESPN Radio Winchester, where Franklin County comes to life. From local news and athletics to everything in between, we're proud to bring you the stories that matter right here at home. And it's all made possible by local businesses connecting with real people in our community every single day. When you support them, you support our local coverage. Over 75 years of Franklin County heritage. Want your business to be a part of it? Contact WCDT today. ESPN Radio Winchester. Franklin County plays here.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
The Franklin County School District is celebrating one of its own after secondary supervisor Rachel Shields was named an Arnold Engineering Development Complex honorary commander. Shields was among 9 community leaders inducted during AEDC's 75th anniversary open house at Arnold Air Force Base. During the 2-year program, the honorary commanders will gain firsthand experience with the missions and operations of various test squadrons and branches at Arnold Engineering Development Complex. District officials congratulated Shields on the recognition, calling it a well-deserved honor and thanking her for her continued leadership and dedication to Franklin County schools. Meanwhile, incoming Director of Schools, Dr. Roger Alsop, has released a message to Franklin County families as he prepares to officially begin his new role on July 1st. In the video message, Alsop thanked the community for the opportunity to serve and said he has seen firsthand the dedication of Franklin County's teachers and the potential of all its students through his previous roles as a high school principal and deputy director. Alsop said that while public education continues to evolve, providing students with a high-quality education remains the district's top priority. He encouraged parents and guardians to stay actively involved by partnering with teachers and administrators to help students succeed both inside and outside the classroom. He also emphasized that student and staff safety will remain a top priority. Drawing on his background in military emergency preparedness, Alsop said he plans to continue working closely with local law enforcement and first responders to help ensure school campuses remain safe and secure. Looking ahead, Alsop said he is eager to visit schools throughout the district, listen to families and staff, and work together to ensure every Franklin County student has the tools and opportunities needed to succeed. A full video message from Dr. Alsop is available on the Franklin County School District's Facebook page. For details on these stories and more, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
When it comes to caring for your loved ones, choose a name you can trust. Inhabit Home Health in Winchester, located at 2068 Cowan Highway. We're here to provide compassionate professional care right in the comfort of your own home. From skilled nursing to therapy services, our team is dedicated to helping you or your loved ones achieve the best quality of life. Call Inhabit Home Health today at 931-967-0633 to learn more about our personalized care plans.
We apologize if this is your first time, but yes, unfortunately, this is normal. You're listening to the starting lineup on ESPN Radio 1340-1069, WCDT Winchester.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340-1069 WCDT Winchester. I am Joe Abraham, along with Chewy. We got Ricky Tips, and now joined by Mayor Chris Guess in studio. So we went through that whole last crazy segment. I had to turn my hat back around act proper now. Mayor's in studio with us. Before we get started with Mayor, I did want to give a shout out. Congratulations to Dr. Alsop, who takes over. It's July 1st. Takes over as the new director of schools today. Not that he hasn't already kind of been acting in that role, but congratulations to him. Mayor, how are you today? Are you melting out there? It is
doing our best to fight the heat, but we're doing okay. We're getting along. Thanks for asking me. Thanks for having me this morning.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming in as you do a couple times a month to give us kind of an update. So tell us a little bit about, you got any plans this weekend for the 4th of July? I know that the city we've already had, as a county, we've had the Tennessee 250 celebration, but the city is celebrating theirs with the fireworks. You got any plans on taking those in, or what do you got going on this
Well,
weekend?
I can actually take the fireworks show in probably from my front porch.
Nice.
Out at where I live in the county, so that's probably what I'll do and not have to fight the traffic. So,
Yeah.
But looking forward to that, and I hope that goes really well for the city. We were really pleased with the way the county's Tennessee 250 celebration went. We had what I thought was really good participation, really good turnout. So I hope there's always is, a big success. So looking forward to that. And other than that, just try not to overheat. You know, and would caution everybody, just be careful because the heat index and the humidity is pretty intolerable right now if you go outside.
Yeah, I think that you got a good idea, not venturing too far from the air conditioning.
Stay close to home is kind of what I plan on doing. But, we're just moving along. The last county commission meeting, we did pass the county budget. We were able to, give the employees a more than recommended cost of living raise and did not have to realize a tax increase to do that. Third year in a row, we've been able to accomplish that. So we're proud of that. And, we're just ready to get started with the new fiscal year, which, starts today. And in my mind, it's kind of more of the same, responsible fiscal management. The department heads and the other elected officials, as I say every time I talk about this, do a really good job. So we want to maintain that and continue to look for places where we can improve, spend where we need to improve, and can be conservative where we can be conservative. And, things will be okay. And, it's talked about and beat to death. And we know the school system's got some financial challenges coming up, but, they have a school board to oversee that.
Yeah.
And that is they're constitutionally elected just like the county commissioners, and that budget is their budget to manage. So we'll work with them, obviously, and maybe make suggestions here and there. But when it comes down to it, it's their decision to make to decide what they need to do to, maybe condense some things or reduce some spending in some places, which is just the price of doing business. I mean, everybody has heard the numbers and everybody knows about fewer students and so forth. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that because, like I said, that's the school board's job. But, we look forward to working with them and trying to do the best we can while at the same time trying to deliver an effective means of education for the children in the county.
Yeah, what I would say is, from my exposure to them, is that they are working very hard to combat a lot of the problems, whether it be the budget problems, whether it be the loss of students and things like that. And we've talked about this before, is a lot of those problems or challenges that they face today are not necessarily, they don't necessarily fall on the shoulders of the folks sitting in those seats today. It's just their mess to clean up at this point in time sometimes. But that all being said, I do think that we have made some really tremendous progress from a school board standpoint, from a school district standpoint. And so I'm excited about the direction that all that is heading in. Now, to turn back to, from a county perspective, third year, no tax increase. You mentioned starting the new fiscal year. Outside of just being very attentive to the budget and to how operations are done within the county, what is the reason? Why are we able to get away without like raising the taxes? What are we doing right?
Part of that was, and we're glad it's gone, was COVID. There was a big infusion of money into the county, so we appropriated. That was even before I took office. Some of that money was appropriated for different big projects, like the sewer project over to the Moon property, which will be done by the Winchester Water Department. But the county made a significant contribution to that financial endeavor. And the other appropriations with the COVID money kind of gave us some breathing room. That's one reason. the growth, we usually realize growth somewhere between $400,000 and $500,000 in a year. I don't know the exact number this year, but it's going to be right in that window. So that helps some. And, those are two big drivers. And yeah, it's good fiscal management. Christy Bell, the trustee's office, does a great job of watching the interest rate and moving money when she sees fit to basically make the county money where she can, and she's done a really, really good job at that. So that's going on, and it's just it's an overall effort. So there's multiple factors into that, but it's still, to me the biggest things are when we got the big infusion of the COVID money, and then the good management of it post that is that's where I have to lay the credit, because that's where it belongs. So continue to do what we're doing. And, we have some things coming up, and, on top of the COVID money, what we just talked about, we've been able to complete some major projects. We did what we call the train project, my first year, which was a bond issue with the train company, and they came in and evaluated all our county buildings. They gave us a list of what they thought we needed to do. We took it and cut it down to what we thought they needed to do for us and the things we could do on our own, and cut that down some. But, a new roof at the annex building, new windows at senior citizens, new windows at the courthouse, new windows at highway, things like that not only dress the place up, but they make it more efficient with your heating and cooling. So, that's not going to save millions of dollars, but it will save some money. So we're able to do those. You always have, that's one of the big things nobody ever talks about a lot that I hear with the county, is we have 13 buildings to maintain.
Right.
And that is a big, big issue. There's always something somewhere that needs to be fixed. So we try to stay on top of that with preventive maintenance the best we can.
And that's not including school buildings.
Oh, no, that's just county buildings.
Yeah. Right.
The school does their own, they have their own.
That's another 13.
Yeah, they have their own deal. Yeah. 11. Right. In 11 schools. Count them up real quick.
I was figuring Townsend's yours, isn't it? No.
Well, we count that as a count. With the right side of it is ours.
And I was saying alternative school.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I didn't count those. So day in, day out, though.
Yeah.
Students. But we try to stay, like I said, preventive maintenance has a lot to do with that. Things like replacing a roof when you have that capability. You don't have to worry about water damage and things that come behind that down the road. So we'll continue to try to stay on top of that. So those are things you don't necessarily see on the front end. And if you do what you need to be doing, hopefully you don't see them on the back end at a bigger cost. So those are things that are kind of covert, that I like to bring out and talk about sometimes, because nobody ever really mentions, elevators.
Right.
We're going to spend, I don't know, $160,000 on a renovation for the elevator at the courthouse, so it's ADA compliant and it's operable all the time. And the same thing at the library with their elevator. So, that's a pretty good financial lick, but we're prepared for that because we've planned ahead a little bit and we've got a little bit of cushion. And to be able to do things like that, not just let things go until they're just flat ruined.
Right.
We've got a situation right now with that with the old jail museum. That building is just about past saving. So Building and Grounds and the commission in the near future are going to have to make a decision about what we want to do with that building.
Right.
We'll see.
As far as and you mentioned the new fiscal year getting started and things like that, with the turnover to the new year, is there anything that comes to mind, goal-oriented type of things that you guys want to get done this year, or projects that you expect to be completed this year, or anything that comes to mind off the top of your head?
A couple of things right off the top of my head. One of the first things is to close out the State Water Improvement Grant, the SWIG grant, where we did infrastructure improvement at Swanee, Belvedere, and Center Grove. And that was a major grant when I first took office, and we're about ready to close that thing down. That's been a whole lot of work for a lot of people, and it's been a little bit tedious, but the payoff in the end, will be worth it, with the ability to improve some lines and some clear wells and things like that those water departments needed doing. That really comes to mind. we've got a real positive indicator for some economic development that I can't talk about yet because that's just the way they do business. But we got some good news about that yesterday. We'll continue to try to move forward with that. I know Pam works on that every day. So, looking forward to the next step. Once again, not to get ahead or say anything, but the county may have an opportunity to purchase some land, before too long, to give us that next step in our development.
Right.
The Boone property, that's the only marketable land we own. But when we do sell that, or when a business does or an industry does set up shop there, then where do we go next? You always have to be thinking down the road. So that's part of that. And once again, not to get real specific because it's in very, very early stages. So looking forward to those things. We'll have a turnover on the county commission somewhat, and the new commission will swear in August 30th with all the other winners of the upcoming August 6th election. So there'll be a little bit of change. We already know that going forward. Then we'll have to have the general election to see, where we are. Swear them, in. If they're new, try to coach them up, on the budget and where we are, and answer any questions they may have. Looking forward to that. The last 4 years, to me, has been tremendous. I thought this county commission did a really, really good job.
Yeah.
They're professional. They check on things, when they have questions. And it's a business meeting. It's not it's not a circus. Not that it ever was before, but you don't want that. It is what it should be, what it says it is a business meeting. So we'll continue to keep it, a business atmosphere and conduct ourselves, I'm sure, professionally. And the commissioners that are there and the new ones that come in, I'm sure will all be of the same mindset that, we all need to conduct ourselves accordingly. So no worries there, but I just wanted to thank the commission for the last 4 years. I thought they did an outstanding job.
Well, I think it's interesting because we talk about culture a lot on the show. I think that it's one of the most important things when it comes to the success of an athletic team or a school district, or in this case, a county commission. But where do you think, or how is that culture from the commission standpoint? How is that come to be? Because that's not the case in some towns. A lot of times those things can get pretty drama filled.
I've been involved in some of those. Right? You're exactly right. But I would credit that to the mindset of the commissioners and to the chairman of the county commission, not to brag, but I think that attitude, reflects leadership, and you just have to be of the attitude in the mind, even if we disagree. You're never going to get 16 people and the chairman being 17 to all agree all the time on everything.
Right.
That's not going to happen. But you can do it in a way that you're professional. We need a little bit of an injection of that in Washington, D.C. is what they need. So that's another thing, I've been really proud of the commission for that, because you want to give the voters and the taxpayers and the citizens, your governing body, you want that to be something they can be proud of. And I think that they've done that over and beyond. But it's just a culture and a mindset. You just come in and because that's what people want. They don't want, like you were talking about, kind of the free-for-all thing. People don't really want that. They want to have a meeting and it be conducted in a professional manner. So once again, it goes back to those 16 people sitting around the diocese. They're the ones that control that, and the chairman, whether you like it or not, does have something to do with that. Just by kind of setting the tone, and just practicality. The new voting system that we have helps a lot with that.
Right.
It moves things along a little bit quicker. A roll call vote now takes about 4 seconds,
right,
or 5, as opposed to, a couple of minutes like it used to. And that doesn't sound like much, but when you've got, a 13 item or 14, 15 item agenda, it makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
So it's all those things. It's a culmination of a lot of different things.
Let's get a quick break in here. When we come back, we will wrap it up with, again, County Mayor Chris Guest in studio, Ricky Tips as well. For Chewy, I am Joe Abraham. You're listening to the Starting Lineup ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester.
If your life depended on the mission succeeding, what would you care about? Would you care about the demographics of the crew? The moon does not care about your politics, doesn't care about your hashtags. It does not care about where you lie on social media arguments. It doesn't care whether you're male or female or black or white or rich or poor or conservative or liberal or religious or atheist or anything else, because reality does not negotiate. It just is. You can disagree with the facts, but they don't care about your feelings. It is a starting lineup. Thank you for tuning in. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
An affordable price? Stop by Money Down Motors here in Decker. We specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles with low down payments and flexible financing options. No matter your credit history, drive away today with a car you'll love and a payment plan that works for you. Visit us at 1945 Deckard Boulevard or call 931-962-3404 for more info. At Money Down Motors, LLC. Your ride is waiting.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he could take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well, because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
I don't know what to tell you. I know it's not much, but this is the best they've got. You're listening to the starting lineup on ESPN Radio, WCDT Winchester.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. Joe Abraham and Ricky Tips, along with Chewy, joined this morning by County Mayor Chris Guess. And real quick, you talked about the new system and stuff. I was pleasantly surprised. One of the last commissioner meetings that I went to, there was like 19 items on the list to go through, and y'all banged through them pretty quickly using that new voting system. But also, what was impressive about it was that everybody seemed to be aware of all the items, and there was not much, they knew which way they were going to go. And that goes back to the culture thing that we just talked about. Again, those folks on the commission taking their responsibilities seriously. So I do want to, we're very critical on the show at times. I do want to say we do appreciate the work that those folks put in.
Sure.
It is challenging, whether it be finding folks on the school to run for school board or county commissioner or any type of leadership position in the county. Oftentimes it's a thankless job, but we do need more of it. And
Sure.
we need folks to get out and vote and get involved in the process as well.
Absolutely. I think early voting for the August 6th election starts July 17th. So, there's really no excuse. And a lot of those days in early voting, the traffic is not really, really bad. So
Right.
Go down and cast your vote and have your voice heard. I say that as much as I can possibly say it. Please, please go vote. That's all. That's one of our freedoms, that's not even in question. You get to vote. So please, everybody go have your voice heard. And, just to echo kind of what you said, kind of the way we do that is those agendas go out. Those commissioners can get those packets. It's about a week in advance, I think, when Sharon gets them out.
Right.
And they read through that, so they know when they come in. what's going on. I've had a couple of comments of, why don't we read what it's about? Well, we do. I read the resolution before we ever vote on it. I may not take 15 minutes and dissect it, but I read it. Amendments so-and-so 062 whatever is a budget amendment for the school general fund budget for this whatever year 26. So I read it. So that's what it is. If anybody wants anything in more depth than that, they can go online and read the agenda and go in there and pick those out and read them and look at the actual budget amendment that's attached to it, or ask their commissioner a question. And at any time during those meetings, those commissioners have a question, we'll open our mic up and we can discuss it. It's not like we're not talking about anything. And then at the end of the meeting, we open it up for public comment. So it's not like we're saying you can't talk to the public. Sure they can. You have to do it in the order that it's on the agenda, but sure, you have that right. They changed that law a couple of years ago. You have to open up a public meeting at the end for public comment.
Right.
We're not going to allow disorder.
Right.
But you have a right to make a comment. And at the beginning, if we have planning and zoning things, which we almost always do, people have the right to speak for or against the rezoning or whatever the request is there through the planning and zoning. So people have a voice.
Yeah.
And if you have a concern, call your commissioner, call the mayor's office, and we'll either get you the information or listen to your concern. That's why we're there. So we'll be happy to do that. And the commissioners will listen. That's their job, to represent the people in their district. And I think they do a good job of that. So we'll continue to do those things. There's some things coming up we'll be putting out to the public that we want everybody to know. I meant to mention that earlier. There's one about livestock removal of livestock that has cows, mostly, some horses, large livestock removal. That's going to change a little bit because the state of Tennessee's agricultural department decided to not fund that anymore. So we have to make some adjustments, and the South Central Human Resources end of it took that responsibility over. So it's going to change just a little bit, but there'll be a press release, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, that the producers, the farmers, get that so they know what's coming and don't just get hit blind with it. So we're going to make sure everybody knows, beforehand, this is the way this is going to be done now. Because we have to have that service. We cannot go without that service in this county.
It's a big service.
Right.
It's a big service, and I remember what it was like before we had that service. We don't need to be without that. So that's a valuable thing. So South Central has worked really hard to kind of take up that on the human resources side and kind of work that out, and we're appreciative of them for doing that. And like I said, they're going to draft a press release explaining how a few of the changes that will take place, how that's going to go, because we want all the agricultural people in the county to know that beforehand. So we'll get that out to everybody.
Before we wrap things up, if either of you guys, I know Ricky, the other day you posted something over at the city's page asking for requests if anybody's got any suggestions for the Starry Night series. But if you guys have anything else that you want to get out there before we wrap up.
So really cool. The third Thursday this month is going to be hosted by Oaks and Olivers, and they're calling it a pick-in party. And they're going to have flowers at several of the different businesses around the square. And you go there, you purchase a ticket in advance. We'll have the link on our website today, our Facebook page today. So you can go get the link. I'm sure y'all share it for us. There'll be 100 tickets available. I want to say they're $20 a ticket is what they're going to cost. And it might be 25. I can't remember exactly. It's one of the two. And you'll get a bouquet of flowers as you're walking around going between businesses.
Right. You get
so
to
if you
pick
hit
up
all the
the
businesses,
yeah.
you pick a flower at each business. And we've got these really cool little carrying things you hold as you're walking around. So you stick your flowers in.
Very cool.
So you don't have to try to keep up with a bouquet as you're walking.
That's a fun way of doing it. I love the creativity that you guys have come up with these things.
Honestly, I'm going to give the credit to that to Lindsay Grider. Lindsay's been doing a great job with that.
Yeah.
She's on our board for downtown, but she also is running a program called Visit Winchester. And she has been outstanding coming up with these ideas and things that they're doing. She's taken on a lot of the event side of what we're doing downtown.
Right. She's doing a good job.
Which allows us to free up and work on the bigger things.
Yeah.
instead of having to all the little each month
Right.
individual things we do. She's taking that on, so it allows us to really work on the big projects.
Yeah, very cool. Mayor, what about you? Got anything else you want to say to the people before we head off?
We're just going to continue to hold the line, kind of, if you will, do what we've been doing and try to, and I always say, or I've said several times, that I feel like it's the mission of the mayor's office and the elected officials to provide this county with the best services we possibly can, to have the safest, most productive environment for them to raise a family. That's what we're after, and try to keep as much of our identity as Franklin County as we can. Things are changing a little bit, but that's a whole nother discussion for when we have more time. But once again, congratulations to Dr. Alsop today. He is official, so to speak. So look forward to working with him and the school board. And I've known Roger for a while. We've worked together on some things when he was the principal at the high school. And even since he's been he's been here for a while. So looking forward to him. I'm sure he'll do a good job, for the school system and for the students and teachers. So looking forward to that, and we'll work with them, any way we can.
All right. There he is, County Mayor Chris Guess. Thanks to Ricky Tips for coming in on this Where's the Beef Wednesday, presented by the folks at Max Meat Processing. And thank you to Chewy for running the show and taking all of the abuse. But most importantly, thank you to Abby for joining us today on the show as well.
Live long and prosper, Chewy.
Hey, yeah.
We'll be right back at it again here tomorrow for a Therapy Thursday. Coming up on the other side, it is Reliable Rentals, Swap and Shop. You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340, 106.9, WCDT Winchester.
What up, dog? It's an actual ensemble of really old dudes who can't win a championship.